Colonialism, a period marked by European powers extending their dominance over various parts of the world, has left a profound and often troubling legacy. From the 15th to the 20th centuries, colonialism reshaped global history, but not without causing immense suffering and disruption. At its core, colonialism involved the imposition of control over foreign lands, often justified by a belief in racial superiority and a desire for economic gain. European nations, driven by the quest for resources and new markets, established colonies across Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Oceania. This expansion was often accompanied by violent conquest and exploitation. In Africa, the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, where European powers divided the continent among themselves, exemplified the disregard for African sovereignty. Nations like Britain, France, and Belgium imposed artificial borders, disregarding ethnic and cultural divisions. This disregard led to ongoing conflicts and instability that persist today. The brutal treatment of indigenous populations, including forced labor and violent suppression of resistance, characterized colonial rule. The Belgian Congo, for instance, is infamous for the exploitation and atrocities committed under King Leopold II, resulting in millions of deaths. In Asia, British colonialism in India had significant economic and social impacts. The British East India Company's dominance led to the exploitation of resources and the disruption of local industries. The 1857 Sepoy Rebellion, a major uprising against British rule, was met with brutal suppression, causing widespread suffering and loss of life. The Americas saw the devastation of indigenous populations through diseases, displacement, and violent conquest. The Spanish conquest of the Aztec and Inca empires, led by figures like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro, resulted in the destruction of sophisticated civilizations and the imposition of European culture and religion. Native populations were often forced into labor, and their societies were systematically dismantled. Oceania, particularly Australia and New Zealand, faced similar fates. Indigenous peoples experienced land dispossession, cultural erasure, and violence. The impact of British colonization on Aboriginal Australians included massacres and forced relocations that decimated their population and culture. The legacy of colonialism is complex and multifaceted. While it contributed to the development of global trade and infrastructure, it also entrenched systemic inequalities and injustices that continue to affect former colonies. Understanding this dark chapter in history is crucial for acknowledging past wrongs and working towards a more equitable future. Colonialism's history serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked power and exploitation. By confronting this legacy, we can strive to address the ongoing impacts and ensure a more just and inclusive world.